Hi everyone, it's the English Simmer here. I feel like a newsreader sat here with my hood up. That is because I actually got gifted, so technically this is marked as an ad because it was gifted. We have to do that in the UK with the brand new Sims merch, or at least one of the pieces, two of the pieces. I do feel kind of bad making this video today because most of the stuff sold out, which honestly, I've always made a comparison between Simmers and Swifties. We read into everything. We absolutely adore speculation and apparently can also sell out so feckin' quickly. I had to buy a second one of these for my girlfriend and I was struggling. But today I figured we'd check out the merch line and actually rank it because I love a tier ranking, and also obviously I can only really judge quality on what I personally received. I know Kayla actually ordered all of this so that she could do like a review and talk about the quality and all of that, but we don't even know when these items are gonna ship, so I just thought I would go off vibes alone, talk about the things that I like, talk about the things that I don't like so much, what I definitely think could be done better, because I personally have a need and a desire for even better merch and also specifically better shipping practices. We're gonna start off with the pin badges. So I obviously received a little freezer bunny and I honestly only just took this out of the packet. It is an enamel pin. I will say it is like quite large. I own quite a lot of pins and this is definitely like on the bigger side. I would kind of like it if they maybe did size variations of this. It also has one of the newer fancier like push pin backs, which I don't really know how these work. I need to upgrade all of my pins to be these because I have a lot of pins on a denim jacket. It has like EA copyright 2023 on the back and also a little like cut out plumb bob which shines really nicely. Obviously it's on the back, so once you pin this onto something you're probably not gonna see that. I do actually already own a plumb bob one. The plumb bob one is kind of the newer design of a plumb bob. This one actually is gold whereas mine is silver. I mean, the plumb bob one is a classic. It pretty much shouts Sims. It's pretty basic, so it's kind of low-key. Obviously, a lot of people have seen The Sims at some point in their life, played it at some point in their life, and I feel like the diamond, as most people I know who haven't ever really been into the game, is definitely recognizable. So you're gonna see this on someone as you're walking down the street and be like, oh, I know a fellow simmer. I don't think it's the most interesting, but hey, this is very like cartoony of a cow plant, but I do actually really like the look of it. I actually ordered this one because I love cow plants. I think I actually prefer the cow plant. I think I'm gonna put that one in motherload just because he looks so cute, although I do want to see how big it is. The freezer bunny I also really like. Again, it's kind of that more like niche a reference to The Sims. It's not like as loud as the plumb bob, and this little guy will be going straight onto my denim jacket and not coming off, hopefully, fingers crossed, because he's sold out so I can't replace him. I am interested to see how frequently they'll restock. Next up is the simoleon one. Honestly, even like the quality like shown on here, and this is like the model, just doesn't look that great to me. Like the glitter is not fully all over it, and it looks like it's been cut weird. Like it kind of looks like it has an overlap of like a repeating pattern. The fact that they couldn't get a better photo than that makes me worried. I'm also just not a fan of like super glittery things. I would have just preferred this if it was like a complete like gold colored enamel pin rather than the glitter. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't personally think this one is for me. I'm gonna put this one in Grim Reaper. It looks like a chase. I am fully invested in watching Disney pin hunt videos. I do not collect Disney pins. I was gonna say I don't collect pins, but I definitely have pins on a denim jacket that I will like pick up specific places that I've been to, and it's a really nice way to kind of have like a physical passport for me personally. Like I have a San Francisco pin. I didn't really talk about the price of the pins. I mean, they're a pretty good quality. I can see them lasting, hopefully, because it does have like a resin in it, although I will say his cheeks have kind of a texture which makes me think that they don't have like a protection pattern over it, so they may wear away, but I will keep everyone updated on it. I've definitely spent £10 on a pin before. I would kind of expect on average to pay like between 5 and 7, so maybe a little bit more expensive than average. The water bottle was definitely an item that I was looking at when we got the little preview pictures. I was like, okay, this is cute. At the end of the day, I decided that I do not need any more water bottles. I have my trusty Hydro Flask, which I'm sure you can tell from the massive dints that it has on it. I take this when I go like rollerblading. I take this paddle boarding. Like, it's been dinged up because it's just been like thrown about places. So this does me. I have an emotional connection to this water bottle. It's weird because it is actually just a plastic plumb bob one. I do like the color of the lids, but then they send you like a separate sticker pack, which the stickers are meant to be durable vinyl, perfect for indoor and outdoor use, and then they've kind of just stuck them on there. You have to apply the stickers yourself. I will say some of the stickers are not my favorite. I hate that plumb bob with the eyes. He just makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't mind the Freezer Bunny lolly. Also, that makes me think like we can definitely branch out here when it comes to merch. Like, imagine if they sold like Freezer Bunny ice cream lolly molds. Like, imagine if you could make your own Freezer Bunny lolly. I mean, there's not much I can say about a water bottle, as I've probably been talking about it for 5 minutes. It is pretty average to me. Oh, straight away going up there. I have wanted a Freezer Bunny plush for the longest time, and we finally have one. Oh, he's literally just sold out. He was available pretty much one of the longest. I am so excited to get my hands on him. I have a Freezer Bunny plush that I made myself because the incredible SNW Rosie used to actually like have a pattern for like sewing Freezer Bunnies. Don't get me wrong, his ears are a little wonky, but the fact that he's handmade makes me love him even more. He even has like a little tail on his bum, but I imagine that one is going to be a lot softer than this one that I made. I'm actually going to message Rosie and still see if she has the pattern for this, because like I said, shipping, especially international, and also with conversion, prices are very expensive for different people around the globe. And so I want to try and make like Sims merch as accessible as possible, and I hope that the team move towards that. I am buzzing for this. I did order him. I just couldn't resist. I've wanted him for years. Iconic. £13 for stickers, not my favorite price in the entire world. I did obviously receive this for free again. I didn't even know that I was getting this merch. I was seeing people on Twitter like getting some stuff. Candidly, Kayla got this tracksuit and I was like, oh my god, that's the cutest thing. You have like a cow plant again. You have a silver like cottage living llama, a silver foil susul. This one genuinely looks like a tattoo, but it's kind of like a glittery woohoo heart. Grim with his little iPad, like a chibi Grim. A sparkly simoleon. They love a good foil technique on a simoleon. We have a silver sparkly dag, a silver sparkly Freezer Bunny, and then just the Sims and a like kind of reflective plumb bob. I just think that is an awful lot of money for like some pretty bog standard stickers, but if you want like Sims decoration, then I can see these being like useful to have on like a phone case or a laptop. I kind of want to move him down actually to Tragic Clown and put them in Grim Reaper. The price just puts me off, especially when shipping like literally almost doubles it. This is actually a set of postcards. Here is shown to be like Chestnut Ridge, a horse drinking in the water, which is hilarious. Technically, he's not drinking in the water. He's just close to the water. Horses can't do anything with water in The Sims 1. They can't even go for a drink. We have a Strangerville one. We have a Mount Komorebi one. This is Sulani with the little rainbow. We have Forgotten Hollow and then Windenburg. I think you're only really going to get use out of them if you frame them. And again, £17. Wow, that is expensive. It's a pack of 6. It's obviously like original art. I'm gonna put them again with the stickers. They're really nice and I really appreciate appreciate them, but that is so expensive. This is the one that I know is gonna split people. I personally really like this. This is the one that I have, and I'm not just saying that because it's the one that I have. I like this before I even knew that I was getting sent this. It has an embroidered Sims logo. It is like the newer like rebrand logo. It's all in lowercase, so just keep that in mind. It is $49, which I know I've definitely seen people talk about this being expensive, which to be fair, it isn't the thickest material. It's soft, it's cozy. The like bottom trim around the edge of the hoodie, I'm wearing a medium for reference and I'm like 5'7", 5'8", is tight around my hips. That's a thing in most hoodies that I own. I do like that it's pretty low key. I like that it doesn't have like a giant plum bob on it. And I know personally I am going to be living in this, so therefore I feel like if I were purchasing this, which again, I purchased it for my girlfriend, I do feel like it would be worth it because I will absolutely get my wear out of it. There are definitely like a couple of little threads, you know, on like the stitching of the arms, but it's not any worse than like other hoodies I bought. I know that's not saying much because I am a Swiftie and we all know how Taylor Swift's merch quality is. Maybe that's why I don't feel as if this is super expensive, because some of her hoodies are like 70, 80 pounds. I actually think it's really nice. I think the price slightly knocks it down, but I still think it's what I really like to see when it comes to Sims merch. Purple does feel a little bit of a weird color choice, but I would prefer that over like a lime green, so you know. You win some, you lose some. Maybe I would honestly put the hoodie in Rosebud. The tracksuit bottoms, though, are definitely in Motherlode. They are, again, $49. So if you get these together, it is pretty much like 100 quid, which I know is expensive. I love the fit of these. I can personally wear them high-waisted. I can also wear them low-waisted. Sometimes medium tracksuit bottoms are really tight around my thighs and my hips. These ones, perfect. I do wish that they had a more inclusive size range. I don't know why it only goes up into 2XL. I know they are like slightly oversized. The waistline isn't like super stretchy, so I feel like this defo could have been more inclusive for sure. I honestly think with the size range, I might honestly put him back down into Rosebud. This plum bob t-shirt, nah. I feel like we've maybe seen a couple of like the gurus rocking t-shirts like this. I definitely have t-shirts that I've got from like the EA store whilst I've been over at EA that kind of just say like The Sims on them. I tend to use those as bed shirts. It is £25. It's not embroidered. I feel like this could potentially like crack, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see how these things go after time. I'm gonna put it in Grim Reaper. Also, I would like to clarify, in case anyone bought any of these, this is just my own personal opinion. If you like it, you like it. The Sul t-shirt, I'm not a huge fan of the color on this one. It feels very bright. The Sul is actually a bubble text, which I do like bubble text. However, I feel like it's quite hard to read. Also, this one is more expensive. I couldn't ever really see myself wearing this one. Sorry, Sul, but you're also going way down there. The character run tee, £29 again, which for this one, I would expect it to be closer to that 25. Well, they look a lot smaller on here than they actually do look like in person. But again, it's the same character choice as the stickers, which we've already talked about, like not being my complete favorites. Again, personally for me, I don't think I could ever really see myself wearing this. I think I would have preferred this if maybe they had had like The Sims as a little like embroidered thing on the front and then made it like a long sleeve t-shirt with the characters like going up the arms as a detail. I'm gonna put it in crumple bottom. This next one I'm actually so annoyed about because I saw this on the home screen and I was like, oh yeah, like that one looks sick. Like I'll have a in-depth like look before I like place my order. So if you go in shop all, it isn't actually listed there. I should have probably pointed that out to someone. I'm pointing it out now. But then if you go into apparel, it's there. Obviously it's sold out. I might personally buy this one in the future because I actually really love this design. design. I kind of wish the cow plant was a little bit more realistic. I would love like an anatomical drawing of a cow plant. I would definitely prefer it as a poster for me personally. But yeah, this want cake, it has obviously like the Latin name of the cow plants, like what type of plant that they are, and then it just says want cake, milk optional, first slice is free. It does look like there's slight cracking, and I don't know if that is like a design choice, see here, or if it just hasn't transferred fully, which makes me question the quality and how long these are gonna last. I think they absolutely, personally, smashed it on that one. I don't think it's perfect, so I'm not gonna put it in rosebud, but I do think it is on its way to being perfect, except for the price. And then we kind of have like the white range. This one, I mean, it is embroidered once again. It's kind of the exact same symbol as this one. It's not as expensive as the hoodie. It is just a very, very bright white jumper. I definitely prefer like an off-white or a beige. Size range, I feel, is definitely there. I do know that like from 2XL and above sold out very, very fast, which makes me think that they need to get higher inventory. I just think it's kind of average. And I find it weird that they added a white option and then didn't add like black options. I've just realized what I feel would have made the want cake t-shirt better for me personally is having that big design on the back and then just having a logo of like a little cow plant on the front. But I know not everyone likes a back design. I personally love a back design. I also think £41 is very, very expensive for something so simple. The plum bob cap, oh, I didn't know it had susul on the back. That makes it slightly even better. The plum bob is very, very green. Like that is a luminescent green. Definitely would have preferred this if it was available in different colors. I definitely think they need to add black. I know Momo has already talked about that for all the EnglishSimmers out there. I personally would definitely expect like a simple dad cap like that to be not more than £20. So therefore it's going in average. I kind of want to move this down to Grim Reaper. And then we have the socks, which I like, but the price, £13 for a pair of socks. Now, I might be a Scrooge here, but I am never gonna pay £13 for one pair of socks. Do they say dag dag on the back as you're like walking away and then sul sul on the front as you're walking towards someone? See, that's a design I can get behind. That's quirky. It's funny because when someone is walking away from you, if you can see their socks, it's gonna be saying goodbye. Love that. However, £13 for socks is daylight robbery. If they were like 7 at a push, I can get 3 pairs of socks for like £4. It's annoying because I wanna put it like higher than average because I really like the design, but the price has put me off so much. So we'll just ignore the price. I like the concept. I like the design. It's just those are far too expensive for one pair of socks. So there we have it. Those are all my thoughts on the merch. Obviously, I would love to see this just going further and further and them having like fun with the designs. I do think that like subtle designs are great. However, I think like big back designs would definitely get me on board, like leaning into that cartoony element a bit more. There are so many cool things in the game that I feel like they can take inspiration from. I was kind of expecting like a Christmas jumper, although I do imagine that would be very expensive. Also, I do need to talk about shipping because it literally almost doubled the cost of my order. I got 4 items just to be completely open with you all. Got the cowplant pin, I got the freezer bunny, and then I got this set, the hoodie and the trackies. Let me grab my laptop. It has my receipt on it. I'm bringing the receipts. I went to pay using Apple Pay and then it added £69. And that doesn't even include the customs that I may get hit with by the time this arrives. Now, obviously, this was a present, so I didn't want to not order something. I personally, if I wanted this for myself, I think I would have seen those shipping and taxes and been like, nah, I can live without it. I feel like they absolutely need locationalized, definitely more fulfillment centers, which I know this was their first launch. I honestly feel like they probably didn't expect the demand that they have. Like, as we've seen, most of the products by now are sold out. They were mostly sold out like an hour into it. But yeah, my subtotal was £133 for those 4 items that I mentioned. It went up to £202. It was so bad that I went to use my Apple Pay, saw it jump up and was like, wait, have I added like extra stuff? Has like something come back into stock and it's added extra to my basket? So my girlfriend better be wearing this tracksuit every day for the rest of her life. I know I've seen a bunch of simmers talking about that, how a bunch of simmers do not feel that this is accessible to them, which I completely understand. Like, shipping prices like that double your order, that you're kind of already like, well, I can like afford this, it's a nice treat for myself, and then you see that and you're like, great, now I can't get it. Something absolutely needs to be done about that. They need more fulfillment centers. And again, I think looking at the size ranges and the stock available would definitely make it feel more accessible to people as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in though. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I was gonna say I'll link the shop down below, but is there any point? Most of it is sold out. I will still link it. You can sign up for like notifications when things come back into stock. Also, I would just like to say this is not sponsored. I wasn't paid. Obviously, I was gifted with this though. I appreciate you all and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.